And at this moment, we welcome the winter solstice and the returning of the light. Let us now honor and invite in the directions. I invite you to rise as you are able, and we will begin by facing east, which is the rear of the sanctuary. East, spirit of air, the swift wind playing invisibly against skin, blue-black crows chattering in secret tongues, first light making the first leaves glow. We ask for your wisdom, guidance, and protection, the gift of your presence.
Let us turn to the south. South, spirit of fire, the lick of flames consuming wood, languid tigers burning bright, midday sun bleaching desert arches. We ask for your wisdom, guidance, and protection, the gift of your presence.
Let us turn to the west. West, spirit of water, the vast ocean extending to touch continents, an octopus calculating velocities, moonlight skittering across a river's descent. We ask for your wisdom, guidance, and protection, the gift of your presence.
Let us turn to the north. North, spirit of earth, mountain ranges shifting over eons, wild horses patrolling the grasslands, iridescence reflecting through snow crystals. We ask for your wisdom, guidance, and protection, the gift of your presence.
Let us turn towards center and call in below. Below, spirit of power, molten core surging upward, white oak roots digging deep into the soil, the dark womb contracting new life into being. We ask for your wisdom, guidance, and protection, the gift of your presence.
Above, spirit of perspective, a blue dome rising to infinity, a common crane sailing above patchy clouds, starlight piercing the veil. We ask for your wisdom, guidance, and protection, the gift of your presence.
And center, the hub upon which the circle turns, beating heart, axis mundi, particle and wave at once. We ask you to hold these sacred gifts and renew our connection to this sacred world. And you may be seated.
As we begin our service today, we acknowledge that we are gathering upon the homeland of the Western Abenaki people, whose calendar is based on the lunar cycle. The last new moon before the winter solstice is seen as the ending of the old year and the start of a new year, and the cycle of the forgiveness moon. During this time, the custom is to go to the doors of people you are in conflict with and in an act of an anhaldamawagoin, or forgiveness, say, "Forgive me for any wrong I may have done to you in the past year." By asking for and giving forgiveness, the year begins with restored friendship and respect. And it is in this tradition of compassion, understanding, we recognize that we are privileged to gather here as a religious community, and we do so honoring the Abenaki and their traditions that remind us how to take time to pause and reflect about our interdependence and the relationship with others. Good morning. I am Diane Marie. My pronouns are she, her, and I am your worship associate today. On behalf of the full worship team, I warmly welcome and deeply appreciate each one of you for being here today on the winter solstice, or as the Abenaki say, when the sun returns to the same place. Today's solstice was officially at 10:03 this morning, and the true moon was last Friday at 8:43 p.m. The celestial makings of the darkest day of the years. And this year, a distant and faint gleam of light could be seen as the third known interstellar comet traveling through our solar system passed by Earth Friday night as it departs our corner of the universe. Comet 3I Atlas is full of mystery, befuddling astronomers who are grappling to reconcile known physics and the extraordinary and exotic of the unknown. Thank you to all for your gathered here in the sanctuary, and for those of you joining us, our community via live stream, for coming together and shared worship on this special celestial morning. We are so glad you are with us. Since 1864, the Unitarian Church of Montpelier has been a sanctuary for those seeking personal and spiritual sustenance and the promotion of widespread justice, peace, goodwill, and love. And we welcome all into this community where we affirm the worth and dignity of every person and the interdependence we share with all people and the natural world. It's always a pleasure to have newcomers and guests. If this is your first or second time visiting and you wish to do so, you're invited to stand or wave your hands. We might offer you a special welcome. Oh, that's cool. Newcomers are always invited to fill out our welcome form available at the hospitality table so that we can get to know you better and connect with you more fully. Now let us take a moment to welcome our neighbors in the pews. Oh, wonderful, very wonderful. All of you are invited to continue your conversations during coffee hour after the service. So that everyone present can get the most of our time together this morning, we have a hearing assist devices at the back of the sanctuary. You can also listen to and watch the service in the fireplace room downstairs if you should care to leave the sanctuary for any reason. If after the service you have a personal concern and would like to share more deeply, a member of our lay pastoral care team is available here in the sanctuary. This morning, our lay pastoral caregiver is Dawn Evans. Yes, there she is. Thank you, Dawn. Please make sure your cell phones are now silenced. Take a deep breath and rise in spirit or body with the opening hymn.
One to another, so
We now light the chalice, symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith. And I invite those at home to also light a chalice. We light this flame, an enduring symbol of our collective commitment to lead with truth and compassion. In unison, let us join our voices in saying these words of affirmation adapted from L. Griswold Williams. We covenant to speak honestly and
Affirmation.
oh. All right, we're switching it up on me. All right, love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve human need, to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony. Thus we do covenant.
Good morning. All right. I'd like to invite all the children, youth, and anyone else who would like to come up to hear a special time for all ages today. So you can come join now if you'd like to. Hello. Fantastic. Jules, can I ask you a favor? Could you hand out the scarves and make sure anyone who would like to have a scarf has a scarf? Oh, hello, Phoebe. Thank you. Oh, wow. It is so nice to see you all. I am so glad you're all here. All right, so Jules is hanging out a scarf for anyone who would like to help set some scenery today. You will get a scarf to be our winter weather, okay? So today we are going to hear a story whose roots are very, very old, going back thousands of years. My ancestors, who I recently discovered lived in Scotland hundreds of years ago, would have likely heard a version of this very story around a warm fire on a winter solstice day, just like today. In it, we're going to hear about a giant old woman, the Cailleach, who brings winter each year by spreading an icy shawl over the land. The winter solstice is when her power is said to be the strongest, before giving way to the return of the light and eventually to spring in her counterpart, Bridget. In some spiritual traditions, people understand the Cailleach and the Bridget as very special divine goddesses. Today, we're going to hear a version inspired by Scottish and Irish folklore. And I'm going to read it out loud without showing the pictures, because these stories would have been told long ago without pictures. It would have just been by listening and speaking. And it will be wonderful to have helpers setting our winter scenery here. So for those of you who have scarves, when you hear about winter weather in the story, can you gently move your scarf like the weather? So if it was blowing wind, what might you do? There you go. Yes, blow, there you go. And then if it was falling snow, what might you do? Nice. Fall, that's right. And we'll try to do it just as gently, and we'll try to keep them a little bit on the ground so everybody can see what's happening out there, okay, too. So fantastic. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so wonderful. Let's begin here. So, long ago lived the Cailleach, the old one, the cold one, the woman of winter. Her face was blue, her teeth were tusks, her hair was white as frost. In those long ago days, the Cailleach tramped the lands with her staff in her hand and her creel, her basket, on her back, full of stones and rocks. She dropped the rocks, and they went tumbling down to earth, crashing and splashing onto the land and into the sea. That is how she made the hills and the mountains, the highlands and the islands. The Kaliak lived for hundreds and hundreds of years, for she knew where to find the water of life, in the well of youth. Whenever she grew weary, she would tuck up her skirt and wade into the ocean, but the sea was nothing for her. It only went up to her knees. And so she would go to the island of the west, the island of the blessed, and there stood the well of youth. In the morning, at sunrise, the Kaliak lifted off a great stone slab that covered the well, and she cupped her hands, and she drank the cold water and was revived. The lid of the well had to be replaced before nightfall to preserve the precious waters. So at sunset, the Kaliak laid the big stone slab back over the well. After the mountains were made, the Kaliak took her plaid, her great shawl, to the swirling whirlpool of Korivekin, and she threw in her shawl, and she tramped it with her feet until the booming of the waves could be heard for miles and miles and miles around. And when her shawl was washed, she laid it out on the mountains to dry, and the land was covered with snow. The old woman of winter roamed her white world with her staff of blackthorn in her hand, and wherever she struck that ground, the earth turned frozen and cold and hard as ice. For a long time, the world was gripped by winter, but in the belly of the earth, something tiny was glowing, something tiny was beginning to grow. So she put her fingers to her lips, and she whistled. She whistled up the winds. Yes, there we go. And her wild winter wolf winds, from high on the mountaintops they came. Yowling and howling they came, over the forest, over the seas, whipping up waves. Can we have some waves? Lashing down trees. The Kaliak laughed out loud. She kicked up her skirts and hurled down her hail. Now can we do some hail? Yeah, there's some good hail. Nice. And she danced in the storm like a child in the rain. But when the last winds died down and the hail melted, the Kaliak sighed. Then once again, she hitched up her skirt and waded through the cold ocean to the well of youth. She lifted that great stone slab and drank a little. Then the Kaliak saw a soft, mossy spot, and she sat there just to take the weight off her old, achy feet for a moment. The Kaliak closed her eyes just for a little rest. But before the Kaliak awoke, before she had a chance to replace that capstone, the sun set and the moon rose. And the moon rose, and with it rose the waters of the well, higher and higher. And still the Kaliak slept, and still the waters rose, tipping over the lip of the well and slipping and spilling over the edge. Swelling and swirling, urging and surging, rising and roaring, a great wave of water curled up and crashed over the sleeping Kaliak. As the waters washed over her plaid cloak, it began to melt and trickle away into the earth. As the waters washed over her hands, her grip loosened, and her staff of blackthorn rolled out. We're almost there. Rolled out of her fingers and away down the hill. As the waters of life washed over the great shape of the sleeping Kaliak, she herself was turned into a great gray stone, a mountain. The full moon shone on that old cold boulder of stone. The moon set, and all was still. Then there was an opening in the hill, and the sun rose. The opening was lit with light, like a flame blazing. And as the sun rose higher, bathing the land in light, a new goddess emerged. Her dress was white, her cloak was green, her hair was red as fire. The goddess Bridget came to power, Bridget, the bringer of spring. Now some say that the Kaliak still sleeps in her stone-cold sleep and that Bridget stays only to summer's end, and then the Kaliak will awake again. But some believe that Bridget is the Kaliak herself, transformed like a great gray glacier that changes into a bright, bubbling spring. So Bridget looked out over the bare brown earth, and she took off her cloak, her mantle of green, and she lovingly laid it all over the land. She walked out into her green world like a dancing flame. She moved over the land, and everywhere she walked, snowdrops flowered in her footsteps. A gentle breeze, we could read breezes again. A gentle breeze whispered, "Spring is coming." A brook murmured, "Spring is coming." And a bird sang, "Spring is coming." And so it was, and so it was. The end. Now, some people say that these ancient stories aren't relevant to us or to our modern world anymore. But I want to share something that I experienced after I first learned about the Kaliak. What's the next book? We have one, well, in Children's Chapel, there'll be some more too. But I'm going to tell you a little bit more about this one. So one day, when it was really cold, instead of completely bracing myself when I stepped outside, which is what I normally do this time of year. Yeah, I was feeling tired that day too, yes. And I looked up and I saw the snow-covered mountains, and they felt different to me. The blanket of snow reminded me of the Kaliak's shawl. I thought of how many humans before me heard her story, winter after winter, solstice after solstice after solstice, over thousands, literally thousands of years. And it reminded me that I too belong to a story, a landscape, and a cycle of life that's so much larger than I am, and that all of us, we all do. Ancient people from all corners of the earth have shared winter solstice stories that arose from the land that they lived on. But they aren't simple tales. They are essential reminders of our place in the interconnected web of life. And while the details and the characters are different, because the landscape and the cultures are different, each holds ancient gifts for us: awe, connection, belonging, and ultimately a prayer for hope. And on that note of hope, I would like to share what's happening in our spiritual exploration programming today. So we have our pre-K4 group meeting in the Children's Chapel to explore the solstice more, and our middle school youth group making treats for Monday's community lunch. When it's time to exit, the younger group will come to the front, and the older group, you will go to the back and exit by the bell tower room. If this is your child's first time joining us, please come with them to fill out a short registration form, and then you can stay or you can return to service. And everyone will meet back up with their grown-ups around 11:15. Middle schoolers will meet their adults in the vestry, and our younger group in the room between the vestry and the School Street exit. And now we will sing the children and youth out as they go. Thank you, everyone.
Now we invite Ansel Plug to say a few words about the board visioning survey.
Good morning. Hi. I'm a little frazzled this morning. I figured out I was wearing someone else's name tag, so sorry, Kate Plummer, I have your name tag in my pocket. I don't know how that happened. Picture this. It's 2030. UCM is thriving, fulfilling its mission, just rocking it. What does that feel like to you? What are you doing? Where are you? Who are you with? What does it mean? So your elected board requests your participation in our visioning survey to help shape that 2030 UCM. Everyone is welcome to fill out this survey. So that's kids and youth and newcomers and long-term members. This survey is available online. You can search your email inbox for a special all-church email or find a link in the e-news. It's also available in paper copies downstairs in the vestry if you prefer that. We kindly request that you fill out this survey by December 31st, which means you have this sacred dark time to be generatively, creatively imagining the better world that is possible out there, and also what role UCM will play in shaping that better world. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Ansel. Now for a few announcements. Next Wednesday is Christmas Eve. This year we celebrate the Christmas holiday with the worship theme, The Holy Family Among Us, Welcome and Refuge. The Christmas story is a welcome and refuge, story of welcome and refuge. So where might we find the Holy Family among us today? The celebrations start at 4:30 with the family service. Our early service is especially designed for families with young children. The service is a reverent and joyful celebration of the Christmas story, carols, and lighting of the tree. Following at 5:30 is a gathering in the vestry to share in a time of fellowship with ciders and cookies. All are welcome, and if you wish, you can bring some plate of cookies or some cider. And at 6:30 is the candlelight service of lessons and carols featuring readings, carols, music, and the candle lighting. And always, please read the Friday email news and e-news that's for all that's happening at the church. Each month, through the UCM Community Pouch Program, we share a part of our collection with an important church fund or a community organization aligned with our values. This month's Community Pouch recipient is Another Way. Half of our cash offerings will go to the Community Pouch, Another Way. The other half will directly support the mission and ministry of this congregation. If you wish to designate your entire offering to the Community Pouch, please indicate that with a note attached to your cash or in the memo line of your check. Checks will go to the church unless designated otherwise. You can find the offering pouches at the end of the pews on the side aisles. Please pass them towards the center aisle. We are so grateful to each of you and every one of you for your generosity in its many forms. Your offering will now be gratefully received.
Let us now, let us join now in a time of meditation and prayer. And we begin with acknowledging joys and concerns in our church community. Mitzi Unger asks for prayers for her daughter, Betsy, who fell down the stairs and has injuries, which may include a broken arm. They're waiting for a portable x-ray to arrive. Betsy and Mitzi, we are sending you our love and prayers for a swift recovery. I invite us to wish a happy 98th birthday to Susan Weber, whose birthday is today. Susan, yes, let's give Susan a little round of applause. That's what I said, 98th, yes. 98th, 9-8. Susan has been at Woodridge Rehab following a fall a few weeks ago. And so, Susan, we send you wishes for continued healing and joy-filled greetings on your birthday. Finally, I share another joy that this past Friday, the church received its first delivery of B99 biofuel, marking our transition away from using a fossil fuel to heat our building. This is a big deal. And I want to offer huge thanks to the Climate Action Team, to the former Net Zero Study Group, and to our church staff for making this happen. As we celebrate the joys in our community, we also know that in our broader world, there is cause for much pain. So let us hold in our hearts this morning all those devastated by gun violence, especially in this past week, in Sydney, in Providence, and many other places who never make the headlines. For all the pain and suffering in this room and in the many forgotten corners of the earth, let us breathe in peace and breathe out love. And as we breathe, we also acknowledge and hold all of those joys, all of those sorrows that we keep in the silence of our hearts this morning. May compassion, wisdom, and peace be stronger than hatred, recklessness, and strife. And may the spark of kindness and mercy begin right here.
Our musical meditation this morning is here to help us find and rest in the light inside of us. I invite you all to sing along as you wish, and I'll be guiding you through it. The words to the refrain are golden light, fill me, golden light. Please join in when you wish. Twice through. For this first verse, I and the choir will sing it first, and then we invite you to sing with us. That will then be followed by a short period of quiet meditation. And the words to this first verse are, clouds drift away.
Clouds drift away, clouds drift away.
golden light. Open to the earth. Golden light. Open to the sky. Golden light. I am present now. Golden light.
And let us share in a few moments of quiet meditation together. How the Light Comes by Jan Richardson. I cannot tell you how the light comes. What I know is that it is more ancient than imagining, that it travels across an astounding expanse to reach us, that it loves searching out what is hidden, what is lost, what is forgotten or in peril or in pain, that it has a fondness for the body, for finding its way toward flesh, for tracing the edges of form, for shining forth through the eye, the hand, the heart. I cannot tell you how the light comes, but that it does, that it will, that it works its way into the deepest dark that enfolds you, though it may seem long ages in coming or arrive in a shape you did not foresee. And so may we this day turn ourselves toward it. May we lift our faces to let it find us. May we bend our bodies to follow the arc it makes. May we open and open more and open still to the blessed light that comes. This morning at exactly 10:03 a.m. Eastern, we emerged from the longest night of the year and welcomed the winter solstice. And did you all notice the light literally arriving at that moment? Incredible. This is a momentous time of year for many people across the northern hemisphere in our present day and has been back through time. For thousands of years, the ancestors of the people of the North marked the arrival of the winter solstice. It was a time of awe, of wonderment, something burning down there. The Yule spirit is strong up here. That was an unplanned dramatic effect for this moment. For thousands of years, ancestors of people of the North marked the winter solstice. It was a time of awe and wonderment and reverence as those ancient people watched the sun slowly melt into the horizon and needed reassurance that it would, in fact, return again. Some built monuments that were positioned to mark the sun's path and its return upward from its lowest point in the sky. Stonehenge in what is now England is perhaps the most famous of these monuments. These ancestors developed rituals to honor this season, to honor the slow return of the sun's light as it edged out the darkness, minute by minute, until light once again suffused each day with brightness and warmth. And for any of these cultures that were built around an agricultural calendar, similar to the culture we are now in, this lack of sun meant a kind of death. No plants could be grown for nourishment, animals could not be fed. This could be a scary time of not quite knowing whether one would survive the season. These rituals of gathering together, feasting, and merrymaking spoke to this longing for the return of the light. And today, many people mark the winter solstice, still celebrating the lengthening of days as we rotate back into greater proximity to the sun. And I know some of you have already enjoyed a solstice party or two, and we join in marking the solstice together this morning. The presence of light is so compelling, and its absence can be deeply felt. The string of holy days that we are now in and that we are approaching, from Hanukkah to solstice, Christmas, Kwanzaa, these all have light at the heart. Candles and fires burning, images of light entering the world. These religious and cultural rituals give expression to this human longing. But truth be told, the light might feel hard to find in these winter days. These days of mostly overcast skies and slippery sidewalks, and on a greater scale, a time when cruelty has crept into offices of power and places of public proclamation. Your heart might be heavy in the face of ongoing illness or the death of loved ones, financial uncertainty, or simply the winter blues. Even while winter darkness can be a nourishing time for rest and for dreaming, this darkness, coupled with the grief and heartache of loss and political turmoil, can threaten to pull us into despair. We face our own kind of deep-seated fear of death in these days. Today, unlike those ancestors of long ago, we can still grow and buy food in the winter, but we face other threats to our existence. More than ever, we need to turn toward the light within us, and the light glowing steady and strong in the heart of neighbor and stranger. The other night, I attended the funeral of a friend's mother at a neighboring church. She had lived a long life, well into her 90s, and while the loss is deeply felt, her life was also well celebrated that night. And the family offered guests a delicious meal. There were plenty of leftovers, and my friend asked me if I knew if there was a place that the leftovers could be brought. It was after 8 o'clock on a Sunday night, and the emergency cold weather shelter happened to be open here in the vestry. So I told my friend about it, and he walked the food over. A platter of chicken, rice, and warm lentil soup. And the next day, I heard from a couple of the guests how grateful they were to not only have a warm place to sleep, but also a hearty, warm meal. A week after that, I sat downstairs in the vestry with dozens of other people, a few of you who are present here today as well, who were interested in coming together with others to build strong networks for mutual aid and support and rapid response to all of the harmful policies that are happening right now. Many of those in attendance bought food from a Venezuelan family who were present, who have recently arrived to Vermont, supporting their livelihood and enjoying a delicious meal together. The light of goodwill and care is present, despite evidence to the contrary. There is no shortage of proof of the pernicious, but manifestations of goodness are also abundant. I wonder if we can allow ourselves to notice not only the destructive and death-dealing signs of these times, but also the life-giving, luminous illustrations of our humanity that are also all around us. We need not keep ourselves from longing for this light. And even as we long for the light, we can remember that darkness does hold its own wisdom and spiritual support. It is in the dark that we can allow ourselves to slow down. It is in the dark that we can find the courage to whisper the truths that must be told. It is in dark that our dreams can run free. As the long nights give way to the growing days, let us remember the ancient wisdom of this season. The darkness can shelter our boldest dreams, and the return of the light can reassure us that dawn will break yet again. Lighting the flames of the candles this season, be it on the menorah, the solstice candle, the Christmas candle, or the kinara, we can each rededicate ourselves to all we hold sacred. We can lift our faces toward the light and be that light to one another. So may it be. Let us rise in body or spirit and join in singing our closing song. We'll sing the last two verses of the Winter Solstice chant, 2 times through. The words, again, will be projected up front.
As we draw our service to a close, we extinguish the chalice and carry within each of us its healing flame, the warmth of community, and the spark of hope into the days and weeks ahead. Please join in our mission statement. We welcome all as we build a loving community to nurture each person's spiritual journey, serve human need, and protect the earth, our home.
We thank the East, South, West, and North for your presence and blessings. We release the energies of above, below, and center with gratitude. And may all gathered here go now, ready to embrace the light. Blessed be. And we conclude our service with the postlude.